Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody, friends, family, people, cats, dogs, animals, whatever you have, whoever is watching, welcome to the next match of the Super Metroid Multi-Extension Category Tournament. We have Nevdi versus PapaSchmo, and we are going to be racing any percent, all bosses. So, super exciting. The gate has been dropped. We're all ready to go. We're live on the air. McTimothy, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling ready to watch some all bosses. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Anybody that's just tuning in right now, if you did not see the Max GT code race between Cash Mod and MN2 NES cartridge earlier today, you do yourself a favor and check that out. McTimothy and I, we saw that, and that race was lit from start to finish. Am I right?
Oh, everything about that was amazing.
Was amazing, but that's not who we're here for right now. We're here for PapaSchmo and Nevdi. They're going to be running any percent all bosses, which is Hockey Tanner. I know that's one of his favorite categories. So we got hockey. Welcome. I hope you're as excited for this category as we are. So this is going to be really lit. We're going to see all the bosses. That's what all bosses means, everybody. It's we're going to see Spore Spawn. We're going to see GT, the Golden Teresa. We're going to see Crackemeyer. We're gonna see some crazy stuff. We might see new route and old route split as far as what order we're going to kill the bosses in. I don't know. What do you think, McTimothy? Is this going to be a great category for us tonight?
I am really excited for this. I'm hoping, I don't know how either of these runners like to do this category, but I am hoping for some route divergence. Because I can think of at least 3 different ways to do this category that are all viable. So you can do Phantoon first, and then go down to Upper Norfair, do some item collection, head into Meridia, so that you have Wave Beam for X factoring. You can do an old route that just happens to stop by Crockemeyer on the way down to Ridley and beats up GT while you're down there. There's a third way that I'm not thinking of at the moment, but let's see what the runners choose to do, as they're less than 15 frame difference at that series escape.
Yeah, that was pretty excellent right there for both of those runners, and we have a near sync already between Nevdi and PapaSchmo. I'm pretty sure that you're going to get that route divergence that you were asking, because PapaSchmo, to my knowledge, I know PapaSchmo pretty well, is an old route runner, and Nevdi, I'm pretty sure Nevdi does new route. I'm expecting Nevdi to go Phantoon first, and
he is definitely a new route runner.
Yeah,
he beats me every week that we do the Friday night any percent races.
Well, you beat me every night we do the Friday night any percent races. So everybody's at one part of the ladder. You know what I'm saying?
I do. So let's see. Do they? Yeah, okay. Nevdi Moonfalls. I don't know about PapaSchmo. Probably see that in a second.
PapaSchmo is definitely a big Moonfall fan.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Well, I personally like to follow at the appropriate speed, but it's cool if you want to Moonfall. I'm down with that. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I know it's a personal preference thing. I started with it because I heard it saved time and just got used to it, and now if I ever turn it off, it messes me up, so I have to have it on.
Yeah, I can see that. So I started playing the game before I knew there was a Moonfall function. I've only been playing for just under a year, but definitely did not even know about it until I started watching speedruns and stuff like that. And then I'd already gotten through the game a bunch of times. I'm like, nah, I'll just stick with what I've got. It's good enough for Slaughters, good enough for me.
True enough. That man can prove that you don't need Moonfall to get good times.
Yeah, but how about this nice early game here? We're sitting here at just under 4 minutes, and PapaSchmo taking the dead sick
short transition.
You have any flashbacks from 2 hours ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
346 elevator time. That's impressive enough right there. For both
Yeah,
runners.
I was going to say, Nevdi's been grinding out just a whole bunch of different categories recently, so he's in really, really good shape. I know PapaSchmo plays every chance he can get. I know is a little bit rusty in some of the categories, but has been putting up some really good times for this tournament. Also did a little bit of commentary for us last night with another exciting race. This tournament has been full of exciting races already, and Timothy, dude, we're only in the first week of this tournament, and we've already had some of the most exciting Super Metroid matches I've ever seen.
And there's more to come for sure. Notice both runners using different strats to get through the climb room, but exiting at the same time anyway. You love to see it, folks.
Yeah, you mentioned that during the last race we watched against MM2 in Cash Mod, and I think that's one of the most exciting things about this game is the versatility. Not only do we have this tournament, which is showcasing the category versatility. Like look at how many different ways we've found to play this game, and how many different ways we can beat this game. But just going room to room, and some strats can be completely different, but the end result is the same.
Precisely. Just like that ledge grab climb versus wall jump climb, that it makes no difference, really, which one you do. Ooh, I was afraid PapaSchmo was getting trolled by the bomb Chorizo there, but looks like it's okay.
I have to give a nod to the hockey towner and say that we avoided the decapitation animation, and BT is down, and they do that wonderful Alcatraz escape by Nevdi. Let's see if PapaSchmo can get it. And just down right there. Come on, try number 2. Try number 3. First time's a charm. He got it.
That is a trick that just feels awful to miss. Everybody misses it at some point or another, and everybody gets that feeling of like, come on.
Never miss Alcatraz anymore. But then again, I haven't won any races either, so so I guess I would rather have the race rather than the Alcatraz, but here we go anyways. No, Alcatraz is a pain in the butt. It just has been working out very well for me lately.
PapaSchmo signaling that he's going to do the old route version by taking damage from the pirates in the shaft.
Actually, Nevdi took damage from the pirates too. So I wonder if Nevdi is gonna pull a fast one here and do old route. It is a possibility. So here's the other thing you want to talk about it. We'll get into the history of 80% all bosses in a little while here. We kind of figure out where everybody's going. But there are 3 particular routes that I can think of as far as Fantoon first, like you said. Did you mention? I think you mentioned the hybrid route. Hybrid route where you do Fantoon first, but you go to Meridian to get that plasma beam before you go to Lower Norfair, and then you do Kraid on the way out of Lower Norfair, or maybe before if you're just so inclined for that hybrid route. But it'll be interesting to see. We got PapaSchmo is just a room away from Nevdi. Nevdi's showing off what I believe is a pretty solid movement advantage. If you look at their times, they're separated by several minutes in both any percent and any percent all bosses. So this is gonna be interesting to see where we go.
Definitely a strong runner.
Play it safer.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the hybrid route, especially for all bosses. Because having Plasma Beam before taking on Crocomire, Gold Chorizo, and Ridley makes it very, very worth the pickup.
Yeah, so that's where you're going to see the most serious difference between, new route here. But, again, like I said, Nevdi could be playing it safe today and decide to skip Fantoon first if he's aware of PapaSchmo's PB. And PapaSchmo is by no means not good. PapaSchmo is very, very good at this game. Nevdi's becoming quite a top runner recently across a multitude of categories. So PapaSchmo is going to have to work hard. And we have confirmation. Nevdi is going to go down here. And I like this play. McTimothy, because we're very likely to see these runners run the exact same route. And we can kind of get a feel of the clear difference between room strats between each of our runners.
Yes, I agree. The route divergence is I was hoping to see some, but now that you mention it, being able to tell clearly who is ahead by how much, I guess it's better for commentary.
It definitely makes it a little easier for us to do it. And we have a nice quick crate entry from Nevdi right there. PapaSchmo just a couple rooms on the way. After we get the crate, we see how our runners deal with crate when we get into the North Fair item cleanup section. I want to talk a little bit about the history of the any percent all bosses category. Kind of give a little bit of flavor here to the stream, so you kind of know where this category came from. If I blow the origin story, somebody else in chat tell it better, but I think between all of us, we'll be able to fill in the pieces of the puzzle for everybody who's not in the know.
PapaSchmo decides he needs more missiles there. And let's see Nevdi going for the missile quick kill here.
This is my preferred quick kill style.
And nice and clean. That is a sleeping Kraid.
Every time I get the Kraid quick kill on a stream, I say, eat my shorts, Kraid. Just like Bart Simpson. Eat my shorts. That's how Kraid makes me feel.
I don't know how many
I'm looking
Simpson
for
references. Sorry.
I'm not even a huge Simpsons fan. I mean, I haven't watched the show in 20 years. It's just that the one time I just got, like, I couldn't get the quick kill on Kraid for the longest time. And I did it one time, and I'm like, yeah, eat my shorts, like, completely out of the blue. So now, for 6-7 months now, maybe even longer, that's my thing. Kraid quick kill, eat my shorts.
Oh, that's funny. Speaking
I'm
of Kraid quick kill,
shorts,
PapaSchmo just got his.
Doesn't it make you feel good seeing 2 quick kills like that?
Oh, it certainly does.
Now, what safeties do you think our runners are going with? How many E-tanks are there? I'm thinking we're going to see at least 4 from Nevdi, because, why do 3 E-tanks in a race, even if you're as good as Nevdi is? I think it's worth getting 4 tanks for a race. Is a little safety. I wonder if Papa will go with 4, or if he'll feel comfortable going with 5. We'll have to take a look and see.
If I am in PapaSchmo's position and I know I'm going up against Nevdi, I might be tempted to 3-tank it. Just go all out. But in Nevdi's position, it might make more sense to 4-tank, just in case.
Yeah,
I don't expect to see more than 4 tanks, though.
I'm kind of not in that league. Not in that league yet, as far as those tanks. Like me, I'm definitely running 4 tanks, unless I have a bad Ridley fight. If I have a bad Ridley fight, then I'll pick up the Ridley tank and I'll run 5. But I would think that, Nevdi or PapaSchmo, one of their E-tanks they'll want to pick up is the Croc E-tank if they're going to get an extra safety E-tank. That's a good one to pick. You don't have any door transitions to wade through. It's almost free. So we'll take a look and see about the E-tank situation, and we'll talk more about safeties as we go. So a little bit about the category history from what I've gathered from just watching Super Metroid races and hearing people more knowledgeable than me speak on the subject. This was a category that I guess Oats and Goats pushed for on the extension category boards not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half, 3 years, somewhere in that time frame. And I think I know Kip was a world record holder at this one time. I know Zost had the world record. The first time I think he had the world record, I think he got it with a Spore Spawn first visit, and did like your basic new route, only collected on Ice Wave and Spazer, and then kind of found out that the hybrid route, or that plasma route is the optimal way to route this, and Zost does have the world record in this category again. So that's kind of like a brief 1 minute 30-second hit of how we arrived at all bosses being an extension category.
I actually had no idea. I knew it was run in last year's multi-category tournament.
And there was some phenomenal any percent all bosses. Like, I think Kid versus Sloters, the bronze medal match, had Hockey Towner and Crunchy Lex, I think, doing the commentary on that match. For any percent all bosses was just like so close between the two of those racers. It was incredible. And there were a ton of really excellent all bosses fights. I saw that miss with King Cac. But you know, PapaSchmo
going
is
for that like really cool King Cat kill and getting trolled by a waiver.
yeah. He's actually running very well. I've run a lot. I've done a lot of co-op with PapaSchmo. He's actually the first person I ever raced on SRL. I ever did an SRL race was with PapaSchmo, and I became friends with him. He's one of the first couple people I met in Super Metroid when I started playing. So he's the guy who kind of got me into categories that weren't any percent. So it's really cool to be here doing comms for a match with my buddy PapaSchmo and um, to be in a tournament. You know, kind of hoping that maybe I get a chance to race against him at some point in this tournament. And it's just really cool. I've gotten to know Nevdi from the tournaments I've done, SM Rat and GT Classics. So everybody follow these racers. They're both two wonderful guys, awesome people, and phenomenal, fantastic Super Metroid runners.
Very well said. Very well said. Let's see. Oh. I don't know if you're seeing it, but on my end, I'm seeing kind of choppy video for a minute there.
Yeah, Nevdi and PapaSchmo, they're dropping some frames, but you know, Nevdi's dropping frames. He's not dropping any time. He's kind of working his way pretty smooth through all these rooms. And
you may be dropping frames on the stream, but that movement still looks good to me.
Right, you are. Let's see. So we got a wave beam pickup now from PapaSchmo. Did PapaSchmo pick up Spazer? I don't think so, but I don't recall. He did
I don't
not.
think so.
Okay. So we're sitting roughly the same. We got just about the same health between the two runners. Nevdi has a little bit more on health. PapaSchmo's a little bit better off with missiles. Nevdi better with supers. So we're going to see if we get that swaggy Alpha Spark through Spazer Room and make our way to Red Tower. Maybe we'll see a hero shot. Maybe we'll see something fancy like a ledge grab. Here we go. I think Nevdi's setting up for the Alpha.
With 3 tanks, I would expect to see an Alpha Spark. Oh, maybe not.
Well, maybe he's playing it extra safe.
Maybe. You would skip it with 2, usually, just because it's not that much faster than getting the damage boost here. And you want to conserve health for Fantoon.
Yeah, please feel free to give all that information. You are a significantly better any percent runner than I am. I think our PBs are about 4 or 5 minutes apart.
I haven't actually been running any percent lately, but I do remember how it works.
It's good. I barely remember how it works, and ever since I discovered extension categories and Hundo, there's almost been no looking back for me. So
Question
I
in
definitely
chat, Alpha Spark with a question mark. Watch PapaSchmo. See what he's doing. That is an Alpha Spark. Well done. So named because it is in Old Route, the very first Shine Spark that you can pull off in an Old Route speedrun that actually saves time. So, Alpha Spark.
I love the Shine Spark. I love it. It's stored fast. You have these speed boots and the speed booster, and you just run and you store your fast, and then you do a crouch, and the crouch takes your stored fast and turns it into actual blast. You know, just your fast. Your fast is going to shoot across the screen in 5 different directions, and take out enemies, take out obstructions.
If we're lucky, we're going to see another one from Nevdi right here. As he sets up for Ocean Fly.
I love Ocean Fly. It doesn't save that much time, but it's super swaggy, and it might say, oh, no, Ocean Fly. That's all right. It's still cool.
Yeah, he's gonna
conserve a little bit of help not doing it.
A little bit. Actually, I'm not sure how much it saves. It's not too much, but...
For the swag, though, McTimothy, the swag. I mean, this is also like this is an extension category meme tournament. We need some swag.
I hear ya.
Nevdi didn't even get
eaten for Ocean Fly. Here? Also be interesting to see differences in Fantoon fights. Maybe one runner does X Factor and the other one does like double X Factor. Maybe somebody decides, nah, we'll just use missiles.
I think Super Metroid has some of the coolest names for everything. The tech has cool names, the strats have cool names, the rooms have cool names. This game is so freaking cool.
Not sure if PapaSchmo meant to pick up those missiles, but he certainly meant to open the door. That's a tough trick to get. In a true ocean fly, you open that door and spark through it. And oh, Nevdi unfortunately missing the X Factor. That may end up costing him if Fantoon opens while the particles are still on screen. But, yeah, okay, he looks okay. He can recover now.
This is also enabling PapaSchmo to catch up a little bit right here. And, Fantoon is Fantoon. He's Trolley.
Oh, yeah.
So there's patterns there for the chat. We've got slow, medium, and fast patterns, and it looks like Nevdi's getting trolled here by a slow. And that's basically when Fantoon opens his eye and lets you know it's you can. Oh no, we haven't. Okay, I thought we had an enrage. I got a little. It would have been a big time suck
I
there.
thought so too for a second, though. Oh, but yeah, okay. Fantoon down for Nevdi as PapaSchmo starts his fight. Is he going to go for the double X Factor, the single X Factor with the super? Or just use missiles?
Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
he is using missiles.
Yeah, he just Dopplers. He's got to be careful. He's not really low health on Fantoon, but he definitely doesn't want to take 2 more hits. He won't be dead, but
you don't want to get health bombed here. Fantoon drops. I always say Fantoon drops feel like they're more important than other bosses, just because of what you need coming up.
Yeah, just because this is old round doesn't mean this is not a hard fight. Fantoon fight is never free in these any percent categories.
And closes it out.
I like that right pattern, the mid right. That's my favorite Fantoon pattern. I'm pretty certain I'm not alone.
You're not. It's mine too.
It's the easiest one to spot, and it's the easiest one to guess, and it's absolutely great. Very well done. Both of our writers are through Fantoon, which is one of the more major time and energy suck fights. And beautiful attic spark there from Nevdi, and Nevdi's going to make his way to bowling. Meanwhile, PapaSchmo is, I'm going to say about maybe 40 seconds, 50 seconds behind Nevdi. Wait, where? Okay. Whew. Well done, my brain. I got nervous. Thought PapaSchmo was leaving the wrecked ship without his gravity suit.
That'd be a heck of a way to do it.
Oh, man. Maybe he thought he was running North Korea percent or something, Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. No big deal. All right, here we go. Boom, boom. Nevdi is across bowling and has a nice chance to go take a quick restroom break or a sip of water.
It's going to say water break time for Nevdi. Let's see how PapaSchmo handles attic. Is he going to spark? Oh, he doesn't have the health for that. He might try blue suiting it. Ugh, not going well for him.
Yeah, not only is this going to be a huge time sink for Papa, but it's also going to eat up a lot of his artillery, which is going to mean that he's going to have to farm. So we're looking at Papa having to farm some health.
I did say before, Fantoon drops are very important, and if you end up wasting a lot of them in attic, it feels bad.
Yeah, now this is any percent of bosses, so you can. There are some extra supers, like at GT, for instance, that are a little bit more available than in your traditional any percent categories, and the Crocky tank is a little bit more available. So there are safeties out there, but none of them are going to help PapaSchmo right now. It looks like he's setting up for a bowling spark, and I hope he gets it.
I was hoping for him too. Bowling spark is far from free. All right, PapaSchmo's time to grab a water drink, breathe, contemplate life. Nevdi's gonna head on down. Next stop should be Meridia.
So right here, after Nevdi finishes Meridia and gets the plasma beam, it's going to kind of veer off from your traditional any percent, and that's where we're going to really see the all bosses, like meat and potatoes of the all bosses category. So after we defeat Dragon, we're going to go most likely defeat Croc after Dragon, and then to go from Croc to Ridley, and then after Ridley, we're going to kill Spore Spawn before we do G4. And with our uh, beam combination that we're going to have after picking up Plasma on Ice, we're going to have full beam combination, so it's going to make nice one-shot fights if done correctly for both Croc and for Spore Spawn.
Yes. This, if you do an old route, an all bosses run looks exactly the same as a standard any percent run. More or less, right up until you pick up Ice Beam. And then if you're used to doing the so-called northern route, the upper route to get to Lower Norfair from there, you're not going to do that. You're going down so that you can walk. You normally would go straight past Croc's door, but you're going to stop in, shoot him with a plasma beam, and leave.
Here we have Nevdi. Nevdi is going into Batoon. So I would say that this race is this whole first half is pretty volatile, and where it stops being really volatile is once you get through the dragon fight. Beautiful one round with that D factor from Nevdi. Sweet Batoon cleanup right there. That was very well done. But once you get past Dragon and you get a chance to go and do the other bosses, I think it becomes a little bit safer, especially after GT. You're going to pick up Screw Attack. There's really no reason not to. So it's you feel a little bit more overpowered than you do in a traditional any percent run. It also becomes significantly safer, I believe.
Picking up Screw Attack is definitely an advantage of all bosses over a standard any percent route. I mean, it's basically free. It's on the path. And it will help you get through Three Musketeers and the Key Hunter stairs and just all of Lower Norfair, really. Worst Room. How could I forget Worst Room?
Exactly. It's going to make that escape from Lower Norfair, so much easier. And Nevdi there, by the way, with the full Nopi. Just full Nopi.
Is that what we're calling it now?
That's what I'm calling it now. I don't know where I got the idea from it. I think I was talking about it with somebody in my chat one day, and we thought that full Nopi would be hilarious because I think I was going for a full happy and I completely noped out on it. So it was either me or one of my buddies in chat. So we're calling it full Nopi, everybody.
That's a good name for it. It's another one that is definitely not free.
I have yet to get one. Oh, Papa, man, nice. This guy feels bad with how good that entry was, but I gotta tell you, just knowing PapaSchmo, I'm really, really excited to watch him because he's really gotten a whole lot better in the last 6 months. I've been really, really happy to see how much better he's gotten. Here we go. We got Nevdi doing some ammo here on Dragon. I don't know if he missed the... Ooh, all right. We took Dragon down. I don't know if he missed something in there while I was talking about PapaSchmo, but it looks like it was fairly clean. And was that the right frame or was that the bad frame? I can't tell.
I did not see. Goes back for that drop. I guess we'll find out if it was the right frame in a minute.
True.
See PapaSchmo probably go for the halfie, maybe even the full. Let's see. Traditional halfie. Oh, bonks the door at the last possible frame. So no halfies at all from either runner.
Feels bad, but here we go. We've got a 5-5 in Coliseum. PapaSchmo taking the more difficult route than Nevdi because he does not have Space Jump yet. So you can see the difference right here, side by side, of what a difference Space Jump can make to your movement and just how fast you can get through all the rooms in the game. So that's a really nice opportunity to point out that wonderful tech and just kind of show you the versatility of Samus's movement and the unique perspectives from all of our runners to decide how they're going to get from point A to point B.
There are some really neat backup strats that you can do in Coliseum if you miss either halfy or full halfy, but they're really, really hard to do properly all in a row. So when you miss one, you see that awkward movement. It's not so bad, though.
You go missing the plasma spark attempt. I mean, I guess it's kind of free to attempt, but nobody's, usually makes that. PapaSchmo missing those X Factor particles on Dragon, so going to be a slower fight than he wants, but I have confidence in PapaSchmo. Maybe he can use a few shine sparks here to help
Look at that artillery.
A little bit faster. Oof. Dragon not playing nice with the swooping.
I missed the charge.
Weird on that right side when you can get good, but she doesn't grab you.
It's very strange, and it throws me off every time it happens.
PapaSchmo's health getting a little bit low. I don't know if I would go for another shine spark here.
He's doing it.
Okay, just... I had chain damage. No, come on. Watch out for chain damage.
Oh, come on.
Just don't throw a right side. Okay, come on.
Yeah, I think he might have to abandon that.
Survive.
Okay, ammo kill. Everything's good.
With Danny Jr. and Tropic Thunder. Survive. So PapaSchmo is through one of the last places where I feel the run is truly in danger unless you're reckless or careless. Because Mother Brain fight can still be a challenge. Ridley can always be a pest. So the rest of the race is not free for either of our runners right now. But I think once you're past Dragon, I think it's significantly safer.
I'll agree with that one. If you know what you're doing at Ridley, he's usually not going to kill you with 4 tanks. But I've seen it. I've done it.
A buddy of mine in chat really helped me improve my Ridley fight by just giving me one advice. He said, get out the practice ROM and just practice low percent ice Ridley. And I'm like, well, there's no way I'm going to beat low percent ice Ridley. I'm terrible at Ridley. He goes, well, so what? You're practicing. Do you need to kill Ridley every time? I mean, how else are you going to get good at Ridley? So I started doing a lot of low percent ice fights with Ridley in the practice ROM, and all of a sudden, I haven't worried about Ridley on a run in a month.
That is the way to do it. I've actually been running low percent ice for the past little while, and yeah, you want to improve your Ridley fight? Start doing that. He feels free when you have Plasma Beam after you can do him. It's 123 shots plus your missiles.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you can get it in. And I've never gotten low percent Ridley down below. I've gotten Ridley down a little bit below half health. I haven't been able to get a victory in there yet, but I haven't died on Ridley in any other category, and I do run quite a lot of categories. So, pretty good. I did down in an RVO and everything, but other than that, I've been really, really good with Ridley lately. So there you go, folks. There's some strats. And meanwhile, don't blink, or this fight will be over before you know it.
And here's Nevdi showing off that this is an all bosses run. Here's someone you don't normally see in an any percent run. Say hi to Croc. And, we're going to say bye just as quickly.
I feel bad for Nevdi there. And actually, in my match earlier today, I had to shoot Croc twice because I waited a little too long. Sometimes you wait a little bit long, you're going to have to shoot Croc twice. But typically, it's a one-shot-and-done fight. And Nevdi is going to pick up this tank here. Like I was saying before, it's pretty free to pick up this tank. It's only going to cost you this almost 7-second fanfare. You might as well pick it up. And so Nevdi's running a 5-tank run here. It's really cozy for a runner of Nevdi's caliber. So I feel like Nevdi's going to coast him. The only real point in danger for him would be Mother Brain if he was to take a straight catch-up shot. And PapaSchmo probably about 2 minutes behind, maybe slightly more at this point. And Papa's playing pretty well, not even having too much trouble with the bosses. It's really just Nevdi's movement is just a little bit more crisp, a little more clean. His strats are just a little bit more solid. So they're both putting on a fantastic display. It's just that Nevdi is a little bit stronger of a runner.
Nevdi sure is a force to be reckoned with. Question in chat says ketchup shot with a question mark. We will talk about that at the Mother Brain fight. Remind me in case I forget.
Man, we're going to talk about a lot of things. We've got hamburgers, onion rings, French fries. The only problem is the Mother Brain fight in this category is so quick. We might even get an invisible ketchup. We might not see any of it.
Yeah, it's true. Invisible ketchup is always my favorite.
Right. Nevdi already down in Lower Norfair. I don't think we're going to be seeing Green Gate glitching because Nevdi did not save, only has one super. So we're going to see the traditional method of going left to the. Okay, thank you, Nevdi. Going left. Nice D.
He can get the blue suit, so he does the backup D boost.
Very well done.
We were just saying that he is a titan of a runner. To the untrained eye, it might not even look like he screwed anything up there, but he was going for a blue suit, missed it, reacted quickly enough to get a damage boost off of the flames, and it's you wouldn't even notice anything happened.
I mean, that's kind of how we all have to play the game, and that's a mark of a good runner in this game, is that you absolutely your whole run becomes a backup. So I can tell you, I've had so many runs that I feel like the entire thing is a backup. Because but doing those backups, that's how you learn how to save time, because you're not going to be optimal all the time. Sometimes your backup strats are almost more important than the optimal ones because you're likely to have to use them more often.
Speaking of backups,
nice chronic boost.
Nice chronic boost. Very well done.
This has been a very good race so far. I mean, again, both of our runners are racing very, very well. Nevdi not picking up the extra supers from GT it's just a safety for Turi, and there's really no need to get it. I mean, if I'm on PB pace, I might decide, maybe I'll get it, maybe I'll leave it. I don't know. It's fun to go fast.
He's got 20 missiles, 10 supers for
PapaSchmo going GGG.
Yeah, let's see the gate glitch.
Now it's pretty gutsy because
last missile.
I mean, I'm really happy to see that, but that's really risky, and it's going to help PapaSchmo because that saves probably 30 or more, like 30 seconds, 25 seconds. I don't know.
I'm actually not sure. It saves him all the time that he would have otherwise had to use to go the long way around and sit in that statue's hands. Now, if there's anybody watching and wondering, since we did see a max percent GT run just a couple hours ago, if you can get into GT's room another way, why do you worry about that gate glitch? And the answer is because that statue reacts to space jump, and it won't actually drain the acid and let you through unless you have space jump. So for runs that do pick up or that do enter the GT code, you're not going to have that at the time, and that's why we got to do the gate glitch.
A great explanation right there, and definitely gate glitch did help PapaSchmo not have to go through the entire area that Nevdi had to. Nevdi's going to battle here with the Metal Pirates, and then we get to see probably the biggest troll in the game. Everybody gives Fantoon credit for being trolly, but the more you fight Ridley, I mean, you can argue it, but I think Ridley is the biggest troll in this game for sure. To echo Kip, he's the biggest troll in the game.
I would have trouble deciding which one of them is a bigger troll. One of them for the slow patterns, and the other one for not doing what you expect him to do. You do have some control over how Ridley moves and what he does, but a lot of it is also random. And sometimes you'll try to do a manipulation that just doesn't go your way, and you'll never know why.
Yeah, it's just like that. And I know that Ridley's tail runs on a separate set of AI. It runs on separate AI than the rest of Ridley. But the other point about Ridley being the biggest troll in the game, if you compare, nice Ridley fight. If you compare Ridley to all the other bosses in the game, there's no quick way to kill Ridley except for like 30 supers, and that still can be a pain in the butt fight. So if you look at category by category, like pound for pound, out of all the categories you can run in Super Metroid, I'd say Ridley's the bigger troll because there's no easy way to kill him. We have the Crate Quick Kill, we have microwaving on Phantoon, we have microwaving on Dragon. I mean, there's no way to take out Ridley fast.
When you put it that way, it makes the case. Ridley might actually win out over Phantoon. I think you've convinced me.
Nice.
At least in RBO, you have Plasma for Phantoon.
Oh yeah, I actually like running. I haven't completed RBO yet because I can't get past Ridley. But like I've run North Korea % Max GT. I run a lot of categories, and it's very satisfying. Like in GT Classic, to just maul Phantom.
After all the trouble he gives you everywhere else, yeah, pulling out that microwave beam.
Actually, one of the reasons why I love GT Classic so much is because you get to microwave Dragon and you get to microwave. You get to microwave Dragon. That's my biggest PB killer. So, yeah. I even forgot where I was going with that because this is also. I mean, we're talking about a lot of things here. This is a fast run. It's so fast that we really can't even go in depth with any of the tech that these runners are doing right now. But they're both putting on a fantastic display. Nevdi is taking out these 3 musketeers with screw attack. It's just like any other level in the game. It's
that right there. That room is enough to justify picking up screw attack, I would say.
Yeah,
we were just talking about him being a troll. Look at him trolling PapaSchmo like that, giving him the bad swoops and then not picking him up. But he is through and he survived, and that is the important part.
And now, like a freight train, Nevdi is just hauling BUTT just on the way to Spore Spawn. I feel like Spore Spawn is just chilling up there going, I think they forgot about me, guys. I think I'm going to be okay. And here we got Nevdi just rolling, just trucking through Zebus with all these overpowered movement devices with this screw attack. We're going to see like one of the most gorgeous sequences of movement through Green Hill Zone in this game. As Nevdi's just trucking, and Spore Spawn right now has no idea what's coming.
This is a huge difference between any % and all bosses, is this route towards Spore Spawn at the end. And let's see what he does. He should be able to show us off some space jump.
Now, I've only been involved in Super Metroid. I've only been playing it for about a year because I had a Sega when I was a kid. I made the wrong choice, by the way. Should have had a Super Nintendo.
Okay, as long as you acknowledge that.
Yeah. So, well, I wanted the blood in Mortal Kombat, so, I had to get what I wanted, But from what I understand, the way Nevdi's going right now, this is the old, like, new %, or I'm sorry, this is the way that runners used to route going to Turian before, Nevdi, you bonked. They used to route this way to Turian before somebody discovered how to go through Meridia to get to the end of this game. So this is also kind of like a throwback section to the days where runners went this way to get to Turian.
That is true. I believe it's because this route is technically faster for game time. So it's a hallmark of back when we used to actually time runs using the in-game timer, which hasn't happened in, I'm going to say, 10 years?
Maybe. I don't know too much about the history of being a latecomer, but I'm just going to say no either. Somebody in chat can fill in the blank. Plus, there's the wiki, which I'm sure will tell us. But get ready for this. This Spore Spawn. So, what Nevdi's going to try to do, he's going to try to charge his beam and take damage at a very specific time, so that he can jump kind of like inside Spore Spawn and kind of ensure that kill shot a little bit more successfully.
Yeah, you don't want to. There we go.
We got it.
You don't want to accidentally hit the shell.
Right? What I like to do right there is I like to shoot the door open before I get to Spore Spawn. And then and then just kill him and then drop through the door because you don't have to wait for the drops because for some reason Spore Spawn's the only boss whose death flag goes like literally as soon as you notice them. And if you want to see what a difference in our runners right now, PapaSchmo is doing Crocomire right now to start to beautiful
I was
speed
gonna
ball by
say,
Nevdi.
I did not
There's
realize.
so much going on.
I know. I didn't even realize he hadn't done Croc before.
Yeah, so I kind
I
of
don't
thought
think I've
this
seen
race
that.
was a little closer than it was, but you know, I mean, this is a very valid way to do it, to route it this way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with routing it this way.
I expect he'll come back out the Croc escape, and then up through Business Center.
Yeah, I do the same route that that Nevdi did, but you know, it's still again the difference is really the boss fights were all really great from both of the runners. It's just Nevdi is just a little bit more consistent, a little bit more crisp with those ledge grabs, just kind of making his way through the game a little bit faster. But PapaSchmo is playing pretty well. I wouldn't be surprised if PapaSchmo is pretty close to PB pace. Nevdi, I have no idea what their PB is, but this is looking like a low 50 probably. Maybe, yeah, probably a low 50. Like somewhere 51, 52. I don't know times that much. Any percent in any all bosses are probably my least ran categories in the last 6 months.
If I recall correctly, it's like 7 minutes to do Turian from the G4 door. So I think you might be right. 51, maybe a 52. We'll find out.
Yep, so just like that, Nevdi is one boss ahead of PapaSchmo, and there's a lot of terrain for PapaSchmo to cover to get to that boss. So still going to be a very good run for PapaSchmo, you know, on that freight train, going after, nice, we're going to see some grouping strats from Nevdi right there. Very well done. I love Turian. Turian is like my favorite set of rooms in almost every category I play.
It sure is a treat to watch someone who really, really knows what they're doing run through Turian. Just how quickly you can get through those rooms.
Yeah, Nevdi
And
knows
strat
slots.
here. Choosing to use missiles just in case they troll him with the drops.
Yeah, missing that D boost, but that's also, you know, that's pretty smart. You group the Metroids, you don't need to use as much ammo to take out the Metroids in order to make sure you have enough ammo for the Mother Brain one fight.
I didn't even notice
Nevdi.
Nevdi had turned off Screw Attack, which that's for Zeb skip. He's gonna skip the Zebatites in Mother Brain's room, which you can't normally do with Screw Attack on. There is a way to do it, but not everybody knows how. So if he's comfortable using an older or different method, that's why he had to turn off the Screw Attack.
Nevdi looking really good for his baby skip and nails it.
There it is.
That's going to save Nevdi approximately 25 to 30 seconds because he will not have to refill at that station there. So there's 2 door transitions we don't need. Nevdi is on the way to Mother Brain, so it has to be, you know, relatively okay knowing what his ammo situation is. Don't want to blow too many supers. Does have a little buffer with the 20 missiles. Skipping the Zeb so we can get through this game faster and not have to pick up a lot of ammo.
Yeah, that Zeb skip is one of the most significant tricks to learn if you want to speedrun this game.
Makes the speed run possible. PapaSchmo missing the 1 round on Spore Spawn. Just kind of mistimed. Well, it's tough because the hitbox on Spore Spawn sometimes can be hard to hit Plasma unless you're like all the way in there. There you go.
True. People would think Spore Spawn. How could Spore Spawn be difficult? Well, he's not difficult to take down. He's difficult to take down fast.
Yes. So if you want to know, Spore Spawn is actually quite a formidable boss. If you want to try to beat Spore Spawn, try to do like Spore Spawn RTA or any other category where you have to fight Spore Spawn, like Nintendo Power Percent, which is in this tournament, we have to fight Spore Spawn with just missiles. So
there's a way to 2-round it, but it's
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah, it's not something everybody can do.
Oh no, PapaSchmo fell down the Decora pit. That sucks. And we saw the catch up from Mother Brain. We forgot to call it out.
Oh
But
yeah.
somebody in chat got her back. It's cool.
We're too busy talking about Zeb skips and.
Right. I mean, again, that's one of the only things that kind of makes any percent all bosses kind of like a rough category to watch is because it's so short. It's just like you're here and now you're done. It's just a really quick tour through Zebus. It's kind of like Hundo minus the items and the item fanfare. You kind of get to see a little bit of everywhere, and it's kind of the best of a lot of different categories. I prefer the more esoteric, weird categories, but this was one of my favorite early categories when I started running the game, and it was just a little bit easier than just playing any percent for me. So this was kind of my gateway to 20% and more difficult categories. Kind of, I went from 80% all bosses, and then Hundo, and then GT Classic, and then now just all the categories in this tourney and more. This game is wonderful.
I'll admit I've never actually run any of the categories in this tournament except this one. Part of the reason I signed up to do comms was so I could watch them and see what kind of tricks that runners can get up to in them.
I mean, we absolutely appreciate you jumping in, doing comms, and helping out with the tournament. And anybody else that wants to volunteer, wants to do some Super Metroid commentary, please join our Discord. We have I'm sure we have a Discord server. I don't really know how to do it in the chat. I tried and failed, but somebody else can hook me up. I'm sure we have a Discord link that somebody could put in the chat. Check it out. There you go. See, I knew somebody would have my back. Y'all are awesome in there. While we're here, let's plug the runners. Make sure you follow Nevdi and PapaSchmo. They really do a great job in this game. And follow McTimothy too, by the way. McTimothy's a monster of a Super Metroid player also.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll return that. Follow Cat-Ext if you want to see some really all these weird categories. You never know what he's going to do next.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
These runners, because, well, they're in this tournament, which means they're also doing all of these weird categories. You get to see things you wouldn't normally see or do in a standard major category.
It's pretty great, and Nevdi does a lot of randomizers. Very good at randomizers. Very good at so many vanilla categories. PapaSchmo also, runs a lot of categories. And they're all good. They're all good in a lot of categories. So very versatile runners of the game. Do a lot of really great things, and cool people too. I've gotten to know Nevdi and PapaSchmo over the last year here through tournaments and doing other Super Metroid things. And they're just great. It's just great people.
Let's see that baby skip. Ooh, he's going for the optimal one. Didn't quite get it, and I think he's safe. Yeah, there we go.
Nice. GG. And by the way, GG to Nevdi. Nevdi finishes with an official race time of 52 minutes and 14 seconds. Looks like it's not quite a PB for Nevdi as far as I'm seeing a red split right there, but that's a really solid 80% all bosses time. I think, is Nevdi a 46 runner for 80%?
Something like that. The estimate, I believe, is that if you're going to run all bosses, it's about 5 minutes slower than a standard 80% run. So you look at 52:13, and you think, if this is a normal run for him, his normal 80% time is probably somewhere around a low 47.
That's pretty good. Well, GG to Nevdi. Meanwhile, we get a chance to watch PapaSchmo finish up Mother Brain. I have
Let's talk about
confidence.
Mother Brain's restaurant before we forget here. She gives you everything, so let's see what she's serving up.
You ever notice that sometimes Mother Brain can be just as docile as can be? Like, look, she just tossed a hamburger out there, but and a French fry.
A French fry.
But she's just like
Are we
chilling.
gonna see the onion rings? She's not even
down.
moving.
She's going to be
Just
done
sitting
before
there.
she throws any heavy artillery. There's the catch-up. Very expertly dodged by PapaSchmo, and that was probably the most docile mother brain I've seen in the tournament so far.
Just kind of sat there like she didn't know what was going on. I'm sure PapaSchmo was okay with that.
Yeah, PapaSchmo is doing excellent, and you know what? I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit sad. You know why I'm a little bit sad? Because watching PapaSchmo's time, I'm sad for me. I'm not sad for him. I'm really happy for him because I think this is a PB for him. But I'm pretty sure he's going to bop my 80% all bosses time on the leaderboard with this fantastic display right here. Because I have a 157, I think. I'm not a good 80% runner at all. Every category in this tournament and every other category, I'm better at than 80% and 80% all bosses. Every category that I can finish. So, but I'm really happy for PapaSchmo. It's a well-deserved PB. He's doing a good job, and this has got to be a PB for him.
Well, if it is, he can't feel too bad about losing. He may lose this race, but a PB is a PB, so...
I mean, I'm totally with you there. And even if it's not a PB, you know, I feel you got to be happy. Anytime you do a Super Metroid race and you survive it, and nothing goes like very awry, I mean, it's just, it's a good thing. It really is. You know, categories this short, you don't see saves.
No. No, I didn't expect to see safety saves. It's a fairly safe route as well, picking up extra E-tanks, you get gravity suit, you get plasma beam, you get screw attack.
You know, and props to PapaSchmo also doing the green gate glitch, which Nevdi decided to, you know, not do. Also,
That's
props
true,
to
showing off that tech.
PapaSchmo. Yeah, Papa picked up one less E-tank than Nevdi.
He did go all out, but, well, he's up against Nevdi, who is just a fantastic runner.
Yeah, to show you my comfort in 80% all bosses, this was the category I vetoed against my first opponent.
Oof.
So, and not just because I like all the other categories better, but you know, quite personally, this for me is just one of the tougher ones to do because I move well, but I kill bosses slow.
I understand that. PapaSchmo will be finishing up in probably less than a minute now.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get Nevdi and PapaSchmo both in here for an interview. I enjoy talking to both of these gentlemen.
We got the French SpeedGaming Francais rating. Welcome, Raiders.
See,
Bienvenue, I should say.
and I've exhausted my French already, but welcome. We're really glad to have you here.
Just a parlor and some steam, and PapaSchmo will be finishing this up.
They call this the hardest easy room in the game.
For sure. Feels so much different with high jump boots. Obviously, you go through this room at the beginning of the game, and you're used to doing it that way, and then you get to the end, and it's completely different. And PapaSchmo finishing up with an official race time. 57 minutes, 35 seconds. So GG PapaSchmo.
GG PapaSchmo. I'm not gonna lie, McTimothy. I'm going on SRC right now and seeing if PapaSchmo bopped my time. I hope everybody really enjoyed the race. I think both Nevdi and PapaSchmo both put on a very good display of Super Metroid. Not just tech and just knowledge of the game, but it is very, very safe run, very wonderful. Just very, very wonderful stuff. Very wonderful stuff.
Yes, indeed. We got to see slightly different routes. We got to see slightly different tech and room strategies. And it's always fun to watch two runners side by side, trying to do the same thing in different ways. So congratulations, Nevdi, on the win. GG to both runners. I'm going to pop in another 35 seconds. So
So I think PapaSchmo and Nevdi right now are trying to see if they can do their second matchup, but I don't know if the SpeedGaming is going to be able to take that. So I don't know. We're going to see if we can get PapaSchmo and Nevdi in here for an interview. So we'll keep you updated as you go. So Chad, I hope you had a really good time here. Um, Oh, nice. For me, not for PapaSchmo. PapaSchmo did not bop my time. I still got him by about, I still have him by about 12, 13 seconds. So somewhere in. So how does the interview work? Does, I think SpeedGaming sends them a link?
I'm not actually sure. I've never been on comms before tonight, so I'm relying on everybody who isn't me to take care of all that stuff.
Yeah, I wish I could help you there because as many times as I've done comms, which is like a ridiculously large amount of times over the last year, never once have I had to control that situation. So I haven't the faintest idea how to get them in here for an interview, but perhaps somebody will hear, perhaps someone will hear me struggling here and come to the rescue. There we go. Oh, and I've lost chat. You have to mark us done.
Oh,
Papa
yep.
Schmo was saying on the tools, you have to mark us done. I'm guessing you know where the tools are.
Somebody did it.
Somebody, yo, Papa Schmo, dude,
What up?
you almost bought my time. No, you did a great job, man. Is that a PB for you? It has to be.
Oh yeah, it's totally the PB for sure. And yeah, that 12 to 13 seconds you were talking about was totally the Dragon fight. My Dragon fight was horrid. That I was up by about 2 minutes before Dragon. I was like up by 218, and then Dragon hit, and I went down to 135. And by the time I was done, I was back up to negative 202. But man, that Dragon fight just killed a whole bunch there. But yeah, man, I'm really happy with the way that I ran. I knew Nevdi was gonna take it unless some catastrophes happened. But I'm just glad that I played as good as I played. I was very proud of it. I think that's the first time I've ever done a under 5 minute bombs time as well. There was just a lot of little things that I was happy with. So
Well,
GG's to
congratulations then. And
thank you.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's to Nevdi. I'm guessing he'll probably get the invite too once you mark him as done on the little tools thingamajig. But yeah, thank you guys for commenting this thing. I'm definitely gonna go back and check it out. I'm not sure if we can actually do our next race. It may be too short notice, but either way, we'll be racing at some point in the future. So.
Well, if you end up doing your second match, unfortunately, I'm going to have to bow because after I did my GT Max race and then I did comms for a GT Max race on this one, I'm not ready to be done with Super Metroid, but it's a very long, very late
Yeah,
day for me. But you're very well done. I'm so excited that I got a chance to do comms. Anytime I can jump in and do comms with you, or do comms for you, I'm very happy to do that. You've done a lot of commentary for me, and just cool dude, man. I'm super glad that I was here to watch you run and play so well.
thanks, man. Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate any times you can hop in, and I know it's late for you, and I just appreciate your time as well as McTimothy's time. Yeah, and anybody else who's here to watch. I hope it was a good show.
Yeah, man. Anybody in chat, get those claps on in chat. Put some claps in there for McTimothy. This was his first night doing comms. Did a GT Max with me before this, and then is jumping in here right now. I did comms. I think did a fantastic job. So thank you, McTimothy, for helping us get the show going, for being available for a nice Super Metroid doubleheader here on the Speed Gaming channel. Great,
Well,
great night for me, I think, for sure.
no problem. Thanks for having me. It is my first night doing comms, so I'm kind of stumbling around on the technical side of things, but Nevdi's saying he doesn't have an invite to... Okay, how do you mark him as done then? Because I don't see...
Yeah, I'm not even sure where the tools pop up. I want. Oh, Nevdi's here right now. Nevdi, yes,
Oh, there we
GG,
go.
dude.
Hey guys, thanks.
Ooh.
He's so good in. Thanks, man.
Tell us about your run. I mean, that was a pretty awesome run, man.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's good. Fun category. Pretty stable, I guess. That's why I picked it. This is probably the most consistent category out of all the picks. So I opened up with this one. Yeah.
Makes sense. We noticed you you decided to go down Red Tower and do the old route version, which I actually didn't expect from you. Was that just for safety's sake?
I love old route, man. Love it. I wish that the old route was quicker. Any chance I get to do it, I will run old route. But I love it. It's good. You don't have to deal with moat. You know, it's good.
I suppose that is true. That moat
You
is a
don't have
run
to deal
ender.
with moat, and you know, all bosses. You don't have to deal with the key hunters. So that definitely makes it a much swifter, much more exciting, much more fun race. I think I don't do new route. I'm not good enough, but I have a feeling that this just the comfort of this makes you feel like just really secure in your abilities.
Yeah, I don't know if the hybrid route saves that much time. I'm actually not familiar, but I think it's the difference of a few moat falls, and I'm pretty prone to doing that. So even though it's a safety, I'd probably argue that I'd be faster at this one anyway. So that's the other reason for doing it too.
That makes sense.
Like,
That makes
good
sense.
excuse.
Well, you put on a good show, no matter what route you picked. So,
Thanks, man.
congrats on the win.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't get eaten by any vial plumes in the power bomb room, but aside from that, it was.
I nearly jumped in one on purpose, but I thought, no, I nearly did it. And,
What is the backstory here? I guess I missed the vial plume inside joke.
I'm notorious for falling.
Oh,
apart.
okay, all right.
I have an emote, Nevdi vial plume, gets spammed anytime I fall in it, which is every run. But I avoided it today, so
All
it was
right.
a very different day for me.
I heard the story first from Crazy Al, and I'm just perpetuating it because I find it hilarious.
That's
It's
fair.
funny. Well, like in a funny way. Like I'm not like, oh, let's hope Nevdi gets eaten this time, but you know, it's kind of a funny thing to be known for.
Must have been off your game today, Nevdi. It's all right, man. We all have.
You'll
off
fall in a
days.
vial plume next time.
Thanks, guys. I'll do my best.
But it was really quite a wonderful night for Super Metroid. So I want to thank you both for being a great show. Do y'all have anything you want to say to each other before we close the show?
Not really, man. Just thanks and GG's, and look forward to the next one, whenever that is.
Yeah, ditto, man. Same thing. Thanks, GG's. Great run. And yeah, we got to schedule the next one, I guess, and go from there.
Cool.
How long do we have to do them? A week or two? Or
2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah, 2 weeks to set, 2 weeks to schedule.
yeah, okay. We'll try and do it sooner rather than later, but we'll talk about that elsewhere. But yeah, GG. Thanks so much, guys, for comms, restream. As always, appreciate it. McTimothy, you killed it on the mic tonight, dude. Haven't heard you before. Loved it. Keep it up. Want to hear more. Loved it.
Oh, thank you very much.
That sounds great. I had the restream off, so I didn't hear any of it. So I'm definitely gonna go back and watch it pretty soon here. So
Yeah, I had it on, and then I cringed every time I made a mistake, and then luckily they were nice to me and didn't point it out, so that was really good. I'm a big fan.
We're not here to point out mistakes.
I am.
We'll make sure next time I comment on
Thanks.
Nevdi's
Yeah,
next
thanks.
that I'm gonna point out some of them for sure.
Don't
Hey,
say
Hey, didn't you
anything
catch a
like-
vial plume in Hellway
Yeah.
though? Come on. So, but thanks guys, and GG to both of you. Good luck in your next matchup. Folks, there is more Super Metroid action tomorrow. If I can get let me see if I can find the schedule here so that y'all know what we have coming up. No, that's not the schedule. So I'm working on it, everybody. I promise. I'm going to get it in just a second. Here we go. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern EST, 3 p.m. EST, we have Iron Rusty versus Susuri match number 3, and it is going to be North Korea %. And then Saturday at 4 p.m. Oh, I'm sorry, that's on Speed Gaming 4. And then at 4 p.m., same channel, Speed Gaming 4. Probably going to start later than 4 p.m. if it's on the same channel as Rusty versus Susuri. But we have Beef Robber versus Professor School in back-to-back matches. First match on Speed Gaming 4, second match on Speed Gaming. So we have an incredible lineup for you tomorrow. Please come back. McTimothy, excellent job for your first night on comms. Really excited, really happy you were here. You're also
Thank you.
one of somebody
Thanks
I
for
met
co-comming
really
with
early
me.
on. So absolutely, it was just a blast. You got anything else
Sure
you want to say
was.
to the chat and crew before we roll?
Just thanks for watching, everybody. GG's to both runners. Congrats, Nevdi. And we'll see everybody tomorrow for the next one.
Thank you, McTimothy. All right, everybody. It is time to be for Super Metroid 4 tonight. And but I tell you what, I loved every minute of the day. It was a wonderful time, and thank you for spending it with us. And we will all see you next mission. Thank you. Let me thank the Restream crew. Thank you very much, and all the mods and everybody that kind of makes this stuff work. You know, Guy Average and MM2 doing a lot behind the scenes, and just everybody involved in everything. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I'm just going to keep talking. It's time to go. See y'all next mission.